Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new episode today, or video on the channel today. Today we are going to be taking on the new, obviously, route today on Train Sim World, which was released on, well, yesterday at midnight, on Thursday, well, Wednesday, Thursday, midnight sort of thing, you know where I'm coming from. And we're going to take a look at, obviously, this new route. Now, what's included in the new route? Well, we got the Class 66 EWS, we've got the Class 375, obviously this is a 377, technically speaking, as you can see, because if I go to another 377, Southern, I think, yeah, Southern Railway, obviously, you'd see it's the same train, just different livery, even though I don't know whether this is actually an older version of the train, because, yeah, for some reason I'm thinking this could be an older version of that, train, because if we go East Coast Railway, as you'll see, not scenario planner, 377, when did that come out? 2003 to 2018. Yeah, I'm not sure whether the 375 and 377 are, you know, well, they're certainly sisters or brothers or whatever, but the main one that we're all here for is to see the Javelin, Britain's fastest, well, it says it on the side of the train anyway, Britain's fastest train, technically speaking, the Javelin is, of course. We're going to do first the Faversham to St Pancras International route, and then, okay, we'll do the, well, we'll do the 375 route as well today, so two trains effectively in one stream basically, and yeah, we'll get the first look at the game at the train. Technically I have already played the route and I like it. It's a fairly decent route, some very nice places to visit actually in the game. Yeah, it's a rather nice route with a bit of high-speed rail, combined with some scenic, more industrial, outer city towards the coast, Kent Railway sort of places to visit. So, yeah. So we're here at Faversham. I'm not going to be rushing, so people do get to see, obviously, where we are, sort of thing. Right. So, we've unlocked the doors. First thing we need to do is get this train into the DC mode. Reason for that being, obviously, so then we can drive the train. To do that, you just press DC, and then pan up, and yeah, that should now have power running through the train. As you can see, there is the Javelin, two there in fact. This one, not really too sure. Presume this will be ready to do a return journey home to St Pancras later. I'm not really sure whether these trains go any further than this. Obviously, in real life, I don't really live in this part, so I'm not really too familiar with the route, really. But yeah, really nice, have to say. And yeah, so yeah, this is Faversham. Again, not really familiar, you know, with the looks of Faversham. Anyway, we will crack on then. And oh yeah, we got to put it into drive. That would help. Into the forward mode, and there we go. Departing Faversham's train station. Then here, we are running 30 seconds ahead of schedule. It's not gonna make any difference really. So this is inside the cabin. As you can see, that door can open. The obviously destination is automatically displayed, as you can see up there. It's also displayed on other parts of the train as well in the windows, where you'd probably expect them to be anyway. And yeah, it basically just says St Pancras on it. Pretty much nothing unique about that. But yeah, that's the Javelin. So yeah, it's a very quiet train. Not really sure if it's this quiet in real life, as you can hear. So me talking isn't going to make too much difference today, because either way the train motors are very, very quiet, almost like driving something, I suppose, from the future. Well, even though it's present, you know what I mean, in terms of the noise wise, it's non-existent. And inside the cab, yeah, it's really just non-existent. There is no engine noise whatsoever, so everything you're hearing really is just really the air hitting off the train. You got it in you know, cab obviously displays. Quite a lot of them don't work, like over here absolutely none of them work. The only thing that does work obviously are the door indicators, as you can see here. Yeah, that's about it really. These work, these also work as well. Really that's about it. You got your temperature gauges obviously, up to really you. I don't know whether we get anything for it. No, so don't think you're gonna get much if you turn them on or off. Not gonna make much of a difference really. Up to you really, in terms of how serious I suppose you take the game. So our next stop is Sittingbourne. Yeah, Sittingbourne. Obviously in 4.8 miles. We are speeding a little. But yeah, this is obviously, I presume, some part of Kent. Speed limit's gone up now to 90 almost. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's nice. I'm not gonna say it isn't nice. I like it anyway, personally. I like the look of the train. The Javelin does look quite aggressive. We will get up to high speeds later on in this journey, so don't worry about that. This isn't the fastest we will be going. Right now we're on the scenic bit of the route, so yeah, you shouldn't be expecting us to be doing 100 miles per hour here, because that isn't this part of the route. Right now this part of the route is just scenic, so yeah, at most expect really probably top speed we'll ever reach on this part of the route. I think it's permitted only to be up to 90, but yeah, really you never get up here. And yeah, when we go on to the next part of the route, you will see the difference also. But 90 is still fast, as you can see. You can clear a train station within a couple of seconds, probably under 15 seconds, so, or less. So at the end of the day, 90 isn't slow like for a train, or for any vehicle really, that is. So yeah, I like driving it in this outer camera. I don't know why, I just like the free cam, because then you sort of really get the sense, well, you can hear the engine a bit more, but it's not just the engine, you can also see things also more, be a bit more exploring, I suppose, a bit more adventurous. But yeah, so we're 2.1 miles from our station, which is Sittingbourne, so not too far now to go. Any questions, by the way, feel free to comment them down below. Now, obviously, maybe one question I'll just quickly address for everyone, just in general, is price. $24.99 this costs, I think, or $25.99, one of the two. But yeah, around the £25 mark, let's just say. Is it worth it? That is probably the biggest question. And having played it, I'd say yes. Having played it a fair old bit, I'm not just saying yes because, you know, I've bought the game, you know, so I want you to go squander your money. But I'd say yes because don't get me wrong, if you're like me, you're into this sort of style of gaming, simulations. Really, as I say, you know, Train Sim World is a good game. Hopefully they can add more routes as well in future. There is the Class 375 going by, as you can see. Bit more noisy, that one is. As we pulling into Sittingbourne. But as I say, if you're like me, you like this sort of, you know, gaming, this sort of style, in terms of trains, and you like, you know, simulation games, well, you know, there isn't really a better simulation game that money can buy, for the PS4, you know, really than Train Sim World. And again, really, you can really see everything about it, like the noises are rather good, you know, for a train sim. Like, just listen to that. So yeah, you get some great noises, I have to say. Very well engineered into the game. And yeah, okay, yes, it isn't a perfect game. There is no doubts about that. But at the end of the day, is it the best simulator game money can buy for PS4 or Xbox? Absolutely. Like, don't get me wrong, if you really want to play a train sim game, really, probably PC's the market. But don't get me wrong, not everyone can afford PC. Not everyone owns or has the space for a PC. So, at the end of the day, and especially a gaming PC, where you need a high resolution, costs thousands of pounds that can cost. So, yeah, you know, at the end of the day, if we're looking at, you know, is this a brilliant game to buy for a console? Absolutely. And this DLC, you know, is probably equally very, very nice and very enjoyable to get as well, in terms of as an add-on. So we're departing now our next station, and next is Raynham. Obviously, again, a place I've never really been to be quite honest. So I don't really know what's in Raynham. So if anyone's from down these ends, you have to let me know how well you think it's obviously been modelled. In terms of, you know, the train stations. Don't focus too much on, obviously, you know, everything around it. Yes, okay, I get some people may say, oh, that road isn't accurate or whatever, but let's not forget, the roads there are not really, how can I put it, they're sort of just more of a textile, sort of thing. They're not really focusing the development of the game on, obviously, you know, one little house, if you know what I mean. It's more just a textile thing, that is. The main focus is the railways, and obviously, in addition to the railways, obviously the trains themselves, and the train stations, I suppose. That would be, obviously, any train sim's main focus, obviously. But yeah, as you can see, very, very nice, I think. Very, very goodly modelled. Again, I can't be too certain in terms of how good it is. Now, one thing I'm missing, where is first class on this train? That's always what I've wondered. Does this train have a first class? Seems to have a second class. Not really sure if this train has a first class or not, to be honest. It's very difficult to tell, but yeah. Either way, it is rather sluggish, this train, in, you know, the DC mode. Can't say it's the best, I would say. I feel like, you know, there's more performance out of the 375 on these tracks when it comes to this sort of part of the line than there is in the Javelin. But I suppose that's only because, you know, quite frankly, this train is designed to be running on the overheads with the pantograph raised. Currently, the pantograph isn't raised, and therefore, you know, we're running on, well, basically the underline, the electric rail. So this train can't get its full power, basically. Suppose it's like anything. Let's imagine it's like a Formula 1 car. If you don't put the right fuel in the Formula 1 car, unfortunately, what you tend to get is a slower vehicle. Let's say you put diesel in it, it's not gonna go far, sort of thing. You know where I'm coming from on that, I hope. But yeah, so obviously, I'm not really sure if they're planning to do some overhead work here, possibly, because I will say this part of the railway seems very, very wide. You know, for these trains, so possibly they're planning to do some overhead work, which could make sense if they are planning to do that at any stage. I think it'd be good if they could do that, but then again, at the same time, it's not going to benefit the entire route, as you'll see later on down the line. It would only benefit this stretch, and therefore you'd also then have to make an additional stop to raise the pantograph at the next station, obviously, because you can't raise pantograph whilst driving, of what I'm aware, unless you can, but I don't believe you can. So yeah, ultimately you'd have to wait. Well, you'd have to pull into that lay-by, and then obviously you'd be on this rail, which I suppose would be no good. But yeah, maybe they are gonna add in a pantograph line section to this part, because this is perfect for a pantograph. You know, really, this part of the track. You know, the only thing is, as you can see, you then get to this bit. Can you still have a pantograph? I'm not really too sure. But that's not my concern. That's obviously for Network Rail. So yeah, anyway, we're coming into our next station. We're probably actually coming in a bit hot here, so I'm gonna really have to slow this one down. I feel like we're coming way too fast here. Yeah, we are. Might even overshoot here. I probably will overshoot the station. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna overshoot. Yeah, weren't focusing, to say the least. I could just try and put this into emergency brake and hope it stops. Oh, we stopped. Just. So yeah, that's how you get out. So if you go into emergency brake, by the way, what you do, click up and then down. So rather simple. To fix that, to take off the emergency brake there. So that'd be R1 to go up into that emergency brake bit, as you can see. Then to go again, and then down would be to take that off. So yeah, pretty simple. And to accelerate, you press the R2 button, by the way. Yeah. So, gonna do a bit of in-cab for a bit now, for at least the next station. As you can see, so these are to shut the doors. So, yeah, that's obviously to shut them. So we're probably shutting them too early, and then that's to open them, as you can see. But yeah. One thing I'm not too sure about, because what I've noticed, you can open these doors whilst driving, as you can see. I'm not sure if that's meant to happen. I don't think it is meant to happen. But I really don't understand why they do that. Not sure whether, you know, that is been coded wrongly. You know, because I would have thought, you know, they would lock. And once they're locked, guess what? You can't get out. You see what I mean? Like, you can open it even from the inside as well. Which, yeah, I suppose, one hand, is kind of nice, but another hand, you know, it's a bit, maybe unrealistic, because, don't get me wrong, I'm not sure whether they do that in real life. If they do, yeah, bit concerning that, because, yeah, safety mechanisms, no locking doors, you know what I mean? You'd think they'd lock, or have a locking mechanism that keeps them locked and can't be opened ever again once the train, or whilst the train is in motion at high speed. But clearly not. Clearly, you can, clearly, obviously, open your doors whilst driving, which is kind of bizarre, I think. You know, it's just very bizarre that you can do this, open your doors and obviously continue to carry on your way. Yeah. But if you try to open the doors, by the way, from here, as you can see, it was left doors unlocked. As you'll see, it will just, you know, do that. Inside the cab, it'll make that, if it's a really annoying noise, so you don't want to go back in the cab again until you get to your next station, but the doors won't unlock. Effectively, they'll remain shut. So next up is Gillingham. We're going to slow it down this time, obviously earlier, because, yeah, we overshot our last one. We got a double yellow there, or a yellow. I'm not really sure what that signal was. Pretty sure that was a double yellow we just went past. There's, again, the class 375. In other words, it's a 377, as I said earlier. That is basically the same as a 377, by the way. Gillingham's got that washing thing here, as you can see. So, you wash your train if you're pulling into that part. So next is a red signal, so I'm not sure if we're following any other trains right now. That's quite unclear, to be fair. As we go past that, what is that? I know what it is. It's not signal. Jesus Christ! Something so basic. Level crossing. Or crossing level, I don't know. You know what I mean. I don't know why I'm thinking. It's a level crossing. But yeah, something so basic just went over my mind there. Should easily remember stuff like that. Shouldn't have any difficulty there. Might need to go for the brain surgery. But yeah, you can see, like, soon as we reached a certain speed there, the doors obviously opened. Obviously, we don't have to worry about signal as it's yellow, even though we have overrun that platform slightly. Yeah, we're not obviously 100% focused right now, obviously due to the fact I'm trying to just display basically the simulator in its best way. So this is Gillingham. I presume it's pronounced like that, Gillingham. If I'm pronouncing these wrong, I do apologise. Obviously, I've never really been here before. But But yeah, this is Gillingham or I'm pretty sure it's Gillingham. 110% it's Gillingham. But yeah, it's kind of nice, I suppose, this place. Yeah, not really much can shout about. To be honest, it's nice, you know. Got a little, you know. Alright. So, hopefully see the train depart. Thing is about this, it will always want to drag you with the train. So I'm gonna try and hopefully hold it for as long as possible, so you can sort of see what it looks like. A train passing. There you go. Yeah. And if it don't get you, it'll basically reset you anyway, eventually. So we're in this sort of hilly part now, and we're about to go through a tunnel here in a sec. So yeah, time to go in cab for a little bit. One thing we haven't done is turned on our lights. Obviously we're gonna do day running, but yeah, we should have had on our lights. Obviously, I'm gonna turn on the cab light now whilst we go through here. Where is the cab light? Somewhere around here, I think. There we go. There's our cab light. Obviously, there's a tunnel anyway coming up. Or not a tunnel coming up, sorry. There's the end of a tunnel anyway. Light at the end of a tunnel, I meant to say. So, yeah, we ain't got really long to go, or haven't got long to go to the next station anyway. And we've got a red signal coming up also. In fact, I'm gonna slam this into the emergencies again. Sorry about that. But, because I'm a bit concerned. Yeah, that red certainly is for us anyway, so no need to panic. But yeah, I was just very concerned. I don't want to overshoot a red signal, because obviously not only would that end the fun and the simulation, but yeah. So I'm gonna obviously use the max braking. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait here at this red signal. Not sure for how long, but yeah, we're gonna have to wait, obviously. We're right now waiting to go into Clayton, I believe, or Cloughton. Not really sure again how you pronounce some of these, or Clotham. Alright, there we go. So once again, we can now make our entry into the station. Obviously not really too far to go into the station anyway, less than hundreds of yards. We'll go up to 30 anyway, because we do have a tunnel to get through. So yeah, so obviously I presume we had to wait for a train here, obviously, to depart as we enter this tunnel. Thing about this section of the line, it is busy. Yeah, it's not a quiet part of the line. It can be rather busy. So don't expect it to be quiet. In fact, during the later hours of the day, it gets busier. So yeah. So on the high-speed stuff, obviously there should be no traffic at all. Well, there will be no traffic. So the only place we have to stop is obviously Stratford International, and to be fair, you're never really waiting more than 5 minutes in Stratford International. So yeah, it's not really busy at all. So I presume we're following another train. Yeah, we are indeed now. Is that... So that's a small train, a local, in interchangeable, I suppose, train, you can say. So this is Clapham, I presume. I presume it's Clapham, or yeah, Clapham. No, Clapham. Sorry. Presume it's that. Like, I'm not an expert with local names. I'm not from this area, so don't kill me. If you know where I'm coming from. So yeah. So next stop is Rochester. Obviously, a place I've heard of, never been to. Except for in the game, of course. In the game, yeah, I've been to it now a few times, actually. Yeah. But it don't count. If it's not real, you know, you might as well say you've never been to it, if you know where I'm coming from. Obviously, here's the old platforms. As you can see, here they are. These are the older platforms that used to be Rochester's old station. But obviously, it got modernised, obviously. Not sure when they modernised it, or when they moved the station a little bit further down the road. Must be pretty annoying for some of the locals who live in that particular area, that your station. Big balls. I don't really want to replay the service. So, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get on a train from Rochester, up to, basically, St Pancras. I think that's the simplest thing to do. Because, yeah, I don't want to, you know, I thought that red signal would have been in Rochester. I don't know why, but yeah. Is it what it is? Right, we're gonna start obviously our journey in Rochester, which is here. I don't know why we're starting at 9 o'clock, but yeah, look, could be what it is. Hopefully they're not too long of a wait, but either way, it gives us time to explore Rochester. And we're now travelling at night, so either way, like, don't get me wrong, the route is actually quite well lit for route, or for a route. I suppose it gives you another element to the game anyway. We're exploring here, so we've done basically, I'd say, half the journey up to St Pancras. We're now just gonna go to Rochester. Hopefully, there's a train already waiting for us, and one of those lovely Javelins. Hopefully one of them is already waiting. What is that? Oh, that is, hopefully, our baby. Because I'm pretty sure that's on the right side. Hopefully we are still able to go. Oh, come on, mate. Alright. How long we got? So this is the 9 o'clock. So if we're gonna make this, well, we gotta be quick, I suppose. Sorry, lady, or madam. I am commandeering your vehicle. There we go. This one should be all lovely and set up, I presume, because yeah, someone else has been in here. And there we go. That was sweet as you can make it. Really, to be truthful. Cause yeah, we've just literally jumped on the first train, and yeah, and there's one going to Faversham, immediately. Let's not do another red, cause yeah, that wouldn't be great. So yeah, these are going to I think that's Ramsgate, must be. So we can go. Yeah, this is going Ramsgate, so they must go Ramsgate. Obviously, they only go so far, these trains. Now, I'm not sure whether we will be able to see it, because obviously it is night time. So gonna use the night running, because yeah, we are right now a night train. I'm not sure whether we'll be able to see it, to be truthful. The U-boat, we may, if you look to over there, yeah, you can just about see it actually. We will get a better shot anyway as we come across this bridge. It's on the left here, there's a U-boat. In fact, you can just see it about there, sort of. There you go, there's the U-boat just where I'm pointing there. Yeah, little U-boat. We come into now Strood. So we're effectively a couple stops now down the line, until we reach obviously the high-speed part. Literally, when I say a couple stops, it's a very slow entry to Strood. That's probably the fastest any train's entered anyway into Strood, to be truthful. 15 miles per hour, no chance of missing a signal at this speed, even though, knowing me, we probably would somehow manage to miss it. Yeah. So this is Strood, but you can see what I mean, but it's actually very nicely lit, the route. Surprisingly, I really love how lit up this route is, cause yeah, it's just beautifully lit. Unlike some other routes in the game, which aren't so lit, but yeah. So this is Strood, obviously, a very long platform. I don't know whether we got... No, we ain't got a longer train. Or haven't got a longer train. But yeah, this is Strood, obviously. Here. Yeah. Not many passengers, I will say that. You don't really get many passengers coming on board the train in Train Sim World. Just something I've noticed in the game. Not sure what next stop is. Might be Elstree or Elmstree. Not sure, or Elsham, however you pronounce it. International. Might be the actual high-speed railway, but I'm pretty sure there's at least one or two more local stops we've got to do first before we get to the high speed. I might be wrong. Yeah, I'm correct. There is one or two more stops. So yeah, again, a very slow exit out of Strood. 15 miles per hour. Virtually no speed at all. Obviously, yeah. And you're immediately met with a tunnel. So straight away, basically, out of Strood into a tunnel. And very slow out of Strood, basically. You're basically going at a creeping speed for however long. Not really sure how long it will take to get to the end of this tunnel. I know it's not a particularly long tunnel. Anything in the dark, obviously. Yeah, can now go up anyway, which is good because seeing at speed for long, yeah, would be rather annoying. But yeah, we can now speed up a little bit. It's not a long tunnel. It's probably about a few miles. In terms of the distance you can see in front, you can't really see much in front. You can see the green signal just down there. Obviously that's green on my screen as well. About 700 yards or whatever. So yeah, obviously still in that tunnel. It isn't, well, when I say it isn't too long, judge it for yourself. I suppose it probably feels long right now because we're coming in from the other way. We're now probably going to exit it within the next minute or so. Okay, it feels forever now. I said it wasn't a long tunnel. It feels like the tunnel is going on and on and on and on and on. So down here they have a LED lighting system. There's the exit of the tunnel. I said it wasn't long. And you're in another tunnel. Funny enough. So, not a long tunnel, but met with another tunnel. So, speed is 70 here. Not really sure if we have a cruise control on here. I don't think we do. Which is kind of annoying, because we could just set it to cruise control right now. But I don't believe we do, so yeah, it's kind of annoying. On the way back, by the way, we're gonna do basically Rochester to Faversham, but with the other train, the 375. So you get the idea what the 375 is like, and yeah. So, not really sure what station this is. Probably one day we'll have to stop and have a look. But yeah, you can see it isn't too badly lit actually. This route. You can see still things. Obviously it's probably worsely lit here than it was a few moments ago. Now I believe this is probably the last stop before we get to the Pentagraph section, where we can go up to over, I believe, 225 kilometers an hour, which I'll just calculate what that's in miles per hour. I think it's probably around 150, because that'd be the train's top speed and make a bit of sense. Let me have a look. 225. Okay. MPH to MPH. Sorry, 139. So around 140 miles per hour. So about roughly that's you know, effectively 10 miles per hour off the alleged speed in this mode. In this mode, the train can only do allegedly 150. In the next mode, it can do 250. But we only will reach 225, which I suppose is kind of disappointing. But yeah, 139 we will reach at some point during the journey up to St Pancras. So yeah, that's kind of fun. I must say, it's a 40-mile trip actually. We might even go faster, I don't know, we will see, because there is one part of obviously the track obviously runs on the Eurostar section, and the speed is virtually unlimited, so it's however fast you can get the throttle and accelerator to work in tandem with one another, effectively. Otherwise, yeah, I believe we're on now the old signalling part of the track now as well. It's no longer LED, so yeah, we're on the older part. The thing is, I could never do this without that indicator up there telling me what our next signal is, only because, you know, effectively, you're in the cab, and with sometimes bends, signals can be hidden, so effectively you're sometimes a bit blind in terms of what the signal is. Like this one here, we're only 100 and 200 yards out, yeah, travelling at 70 miles per hour, and we've only just spotted it 200 yards out. And same again with this one, like we're going through another bit of a bend, like still 200 yards out. Where is the signal? There it is, 200 yards roughly. And I'm not saying we couldn't get the train slowed down in time, but it'd be very, very difficult if we had a red signal at that part of the track, because effectively you don't know what is ahead of you, and yeah, you just wouldn't be able to see what we're working with. Anyway, we're coming into Gravesend. I believe it is Gravesend. We're coming into now. As we creep into Gravesend. I believe this is the last stop before we get now to, obviously, our next... Well, before we get to the Pentagraph bit. So, basically, we're going to be on the Pentagraph section, the high-speed railway section, within a matter of minutes now. And yeah, it definitely is, because we now got these arches, as you can see. So we're certainly coming into the more... I like this part of actually, the route, because you got these beautiful arches actually here. It's just such a nice bit. But yeah, this is certainly the final rural stop, let's say, before we reach our next destination, which will be the high-speed stuff. So yeah, we've still got some of these older trains here, 375s, obviously, which is nice. So I was wrong, maybe 375s do go further than clearly what I thought. I thought they didn't. I thought they only went to Rochester. Maybe it's we can only drive them as far as Rochester, possibly. That could possibly be the case. But yeah, you can certainly see you got obviously a train here, which I'm a bit confused as to why. I wonder whether these trains will do what obviously these trains, maybe it's a southern thing, where, you know, you can open the doors. Let's see. So when this train goes, hopefully it departs before our train, we can get a fair idea. But yeah, very much more noisier. This train does have first class, as you can see. Not really much to it, is there, really, let's be honest, not great. I wouldn't be any more disappointed to be sitting in second class, if I to say the truth. I don't really see how you can call that first class, you know, just, yeah, ridiculous that. So, yeah, next is Ebbsfleet International. Now, I don't know why this is called Ebbsfleet International. I presume it's an international station. The only thing is, I don't really get it, because of what I'm aware, no, I don't believe Eurostars stop at Ebbsfleet International, do they? I'm not really sure. If they do, then I am a bit shocked. I just thought they go past. I'm not really too aware of them stopping, obviously, at, you know, maybe they do, maybe they don't. I'm just not really too familiar, if I'm being honest. You know, if they do or they don't. All I can say is, yeah, Ebbsfleet International. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But yeah, I'm not really too fussed. But yeah, Ebbsfleet International is the next stop. Only 1.1 mile, but we will be now putting up the Pentagraph. So we're going to be going on to this higher speed end of the route now, or as the Americans like to say, route. Sorry for any Americans in the, well, watching this live or watching it on replay, depending whether you're going to be watching it live or not. But yeah. So Ebbsfleet International is obviously the next station. Oh dear, that was very fast. We need to get her slowed. Never expected that. Either way, it's all good. So this is absolutely international. As you can see, it's a very small station. Unless there's under platforms I haven't seen, maybe lower down, which is possible. It is probably possible. There is platforms lower down. You know, but yeah, we're going to be putting up the pantograph whilst we're at Ebbsfleet now. So, alright. So to change the power, what we do, so basically put the train into a neutral, as you can see. We have to turn on this bit, so now it's gone to the CTRL, and then pan up twice. 1, 2, and that should see the pantograph raised, which, as you can see, it is. So now our power is coming from the overheads. So there is actually more to this station, actually. I never knew about these railways. So, yeah, we actually have some, obviously. So these are the upper platforms to Ebbsfleet. Okay, now it makes sense. About to say, because, you know, I thought, like, to myself, you know, it's called Ebbsfleet International, yeah, so this must be the Eurostar section. Yeah. Also, you need to then put it into power, forward, obviously. And there we go. Therefore, now the train is in a higher gear, effectively. And you can see, now we've switched over to this modern, like, well, almost you could say the French network railing system. Now, where obviously everything is obviously here displayed on your display. So yeah, obviously you get told what your next speed is. So right now we're permitted to go up to 130 kilometers an hour. So yeah, which is pretty alright. Pretty happy with that. As we now join these Eurostar basically rails here, and immediately into one of the Eurostar tunnels that obviously are built for Eurostar. Yeah, so we're now running on the high-speed railway part, and we're now permitted to go up to 225 effectively here now, and we're still on this downhill bit, so we're going to really gain the speed quite nicely and quickly, which is good. So yeah, happy with that, obviously, and yeah, we've just gained quite a lot of speed quite quickly. We're already up to 178, but you can just now start to see how almost the two lines really start to compare, the scenic route and the more faster modern route. You know, obviously the train still doesn't sound any different, still a very, very quiet old soul, as we now start to rise a fair old bit here. Yeah. So obviously going out of it now. So yeah, we're now effectively on the Eurostar part of the route. And right now we're only doing 182. And yeah, obviously we can go obviously up the gears now and really push on with this train. Take her to basically our maximum. But you can just see how much more faster it is. I've been on Eurostar, quite a nice train, must say. Not sure, never been on this train though. But yeah, I've been on Eurostar. Must say, was rather nice. So, yeah. So, I'm not really sure whether we go over the Dartford Bridge. I know in the thing, in that preview thing, if you joined earlier, you would have seen, okay, the Dartford was quite heavily shown. Not sure whether we go over a big bridge or anything, you know, on these high speeds. If we do, I haven't seen it in the game yet. So I'm a bit confused. And it would have to be pretty soon, because right now, as you can tell, we're pretty rapidly now racing up to basically our top speed, and we're going to hit top speed. Right now we're doing 230. Put that into perspective, that'd be around 200, around 145. Apparently the top speed of this train is 150 mph. Let's see if we can maybe get that. So that'd probably be a 235 if I'm correct. Right now we're 234. So if the top speed is 250, let's have a look. Is 234 well enough to have said we've reached it? No, we need around probably. Let's have a look. Yeah, we need 240. So 6 more kilometers, and we've reached our absolute top speed. Feels like we've reached it though, because we haven't. Well, we are on a flat. Maybe if we go into the downhill section in a minute. Now we can accelerate a bit more. As we will. 237. Gotta slow it down though. 240. Just one more. There we go. One more to definitely reach it. There we go. That should have reached it. 240 kilometers. That has seen us reach probably our absolute terminal velocity, you could say. Yeah, 240. So yeah, 241 actually, to be accurate. We stayed there for like a second or two, probably. So yeah, 241. Anyway, we need to get this train slowed down, because we are coming in hot, certainly into Stratford. I know it may seem like we're a long way out still, which we are. 4.5 miles is a long way, but at this speed, really, that's probably just a couple of minutes in these tunnels. So yeah, we'll certainly get the train slowed a bit more into a bit more of a, you know, ready to stop speed. We probably will reach 200 again anyway. You know, anyway on the route, so certainly not the last time we'll be reaching 200 miles per hour, but yeah. Maybe even not via Stratford. I've just had a thought, because it gives you also an option not to go via Stratford. Maybe that's the Dartford bit where you can go up to Dartford, possibly. Just thought of that. So yeah, 2.8 miles. Now, as we are on the approach into Stratford International, even though we are permitted to go up to 200, well 200 now, because yeah, speeds will slow. We're right now at 150, so we've probably got a bit of, you know, advantage now in terms of the speed limit. But yeah, so we are coming into Stratford. I've only stopped on one platform so far. I've only done this route in one direction, and that's also towards Faversham. Now, obviously not going towards Faversham. I do wonder whether or not we can maybe, you know, go obviously faster. Not faster, but I do wonder whether, sorry, we're going to stop on a different platform to the one I'm used to stopping on as of late, or whether or not we'll be stopping on the platform that I'm quite used to now stopping on. So yeah, we're gonna still now continue to decelerate, obviously a bit more now as we're certainly approaching our station, obviously of Stratford, which obviously is London, of course. Nice part Stratford is, can't say it isn't. So yeah, so we are coming into now Stratford, which, yeah, we're now exiting the tunnel here then. So I do wonder, are we going to stop on the track I'm quite used to stopping on by now, or are we going to be stopping on a different side? By the looks of it, we're stopping on the opposite side to what I'm used to, because it's usually that side we stop on. So yeah, it is going to be this side. As we enter now Stratford International, obviously a common place for the Eurostars to breeze on through. Eurostar breezes on the middle tracks and the outer tracks, by the way, just in case anyone's not familiar. And of course there is another part to this station, obviously where the tube lines run and where obviously the DLR runs obviously through. Yeah, so this is obviously Stratford. So here we are then at Stratford International. Very, very nice Stratford, I must say. Always been a bit of a fan. Yeah. Technically trains do also come over this by the looks of it. Not sure whether they're high speed or what, to be honest. They look like they probably have a high speed potential, because as you can see there, they do have the overheads to work with. So yeah, we're still obviously on the overhead right now. Part of the route. Yeah, next one is St Pancras. As you'll see, to show you what it looks like. So yeah, basically, in terms of the overhead, gets all the power from there. Now the good thing about now, we now actually travel, believe it or not, actually on the outside through this tunnel. So it doesn't jump you to go into the main bit. We'll lie up in a minute, because the tunnel is somewhat lit actually. To my surprise even. Even though it is very dark. And then yeah. We haven't got anyway long, so by the time where's the train? Oh there. When I say very lit, it's only lit if you're from this front bit, as you can see. But yeah, you can sort of, you know, there's the door, so there's front part, there we go. So yeah, we do sort of well, we're not going to get up to massive, like, major speed here. We'll get up probably to around 200, and then we'll be slowing it back down. But yeah, it's basically now just a quick breeze to St Pancras International. But yeah, you can really see the difference, you know, between the local and the main line, like, you know, in terms of the speeds, because as you can tell, you know, basically, effectively, okay, as you can see how much more alive the train is. Like, you know, we were struggling before, let's remember, to get up to probably 40 miles per hour in the same space. But now we can easily get up to that speed, and in fact surpass it, because 200, roughly got up to 200 kilometers, I think we can all agree there, 190 odd. But if you equate that into literal mile per hours, that's obviously around 100 and what? 110 maybe, I'd say 120. So yeah, you can literally get up to the trains almost not max speed, but you can get up to a fairly decent speed in the overheads with the all that lovely electricity from the pantograph in comparison to what you can get from underneath the train, which is amazing if you were to ask me. I think it's just beautiful that they can do that, these trains. Yeah, so we're about to arrive in St Pancras then. We're literally less than 0.8 miles from the conclusion to this route. Then here, what I may do, I may try and take a French train. You can do that in this game, by the way. You can take different trains, yeah, run them obviously on lines. So yeah, here is St Pancras, then here, as we enter it now. And yeah, obviously we come back in to our final destination. So platform 13, that is gonna be our platform, and here. And yeah, that is then that for this one. Now, I think what we're going to do, we're going to take a French train, because I do know the French train does have a bit more potential. And we're going to run it flat out, all the way into Ebbsfleet International. That's what I'm going to do. And good parking that, I'd say. Pretty much almost level with the other train. Obviously not too far either from the bumpers, but yeah, that's pretty good. And yeah, that train obviously will go back to Faversham in a fair old bit, but yeah, for now, yeah. In terms of the best one to see out, if you were gonna go out, it'd be that one. It departs in not too long actually. So that goes to Margate. So yeah. So as I say, what we're gonna do, we're gonna get on obviously the scenario planner, and we're going to take the French train. Now, I'm not really sure what the class is, I'm going to have to check, but we're going to take the French train and we're going to basically run that on that rail, okay, and basically we're going to see how fast we can take the French train, which I do believe is faster, by the way. Pretty confident it is. This thing is a rocket, probably in compared to the other thing. It is heavier as well, but trust me, I'm pretty confident that this thing, top speed wise, I'm more confident we will be faster. Now, yeah. So to do this, what you do, you go to your tools, you go to the scenario planner. We just need to edit this. So let's edit the not details. Can we edit it? Let's have a look. So we're gonna start the thing at St Pancras International. Don't really matter which platform in my eyes. Both the same. So confirm that as our start marker. Then we're gonna go to Ebbs Fleet. Confirm that as our end destination. Do you want to go via Stratford? No. So we're not gonna go via Stratford. So it's literally just the 2 stops. And I still forgot what class it was. Right, we'll just have a thing. But before we do that, either way, I need to go back. Right, let's just go back. Remember the class. Sorry. Right, so it's a TGV Duplex 200. TGV Duplex 200. Let's just remember that. TGV Duplex 200. TGV Duplex 200. Right, here we go then. Second time lucky. So, oh no, I've pressed the start button. Oh no, Jesus Christ. Sorry about that, blasphemy. But yeah, I've pressed the start button, and I wasn't meant to do that. So either way, I remember the train, TGV Duplex 200, which is good. So at least I know what we need to do. But the annoying thing is, we still haven't done it. But yeah, in terms of the ultimate speed of this train, of the TGV Duplex 200, I do think it will be faster than the, you know, than the train we've just driven. I do think we will probably see it reach possibly 300, maybe miles per hour even. Right. Second time lucky. To say the least. Right, edit. Right. So, off the rails. This is how you do it off the rails, by the way. So I'm just going to call it G. Don't know why, but let's just call it G. So now we need to select it again. Edit the timetable, because that's what we need to do. So we're going to be driving this one to, well, from St Pancras International, to obviously Ebbs Fleet International. Right, we can now say that's done. TGV Duplex 200, we'll just go for this one. There we go, and there we go. That is there. So that should be that done. Now if we go into there, here we go then. So TGV Duplex 200 from St Pancras to obviously Ebbs Fleet. We're gonna hope we can go beyond you know, any speed we achieved in the class 39. Now, one thing I need to do is check how you set up one of these trains. TGV Duplex 200. So, sorry about this, but I'm just going to have to watch someone else's video. Just to make sure. Hopefully it's something similar. Of what I remember, right, let me have a think. So we got to press this button to turn on the train, of what I remember. Then, this is master key, which you got to activate. Then turn on the circuit breaker. Service. Then we have to think we go into AC, or is it? I think it's LGV. Normal. Pretty sure this is how we do it. Is it? Maybe not. Not sure. Normal. Let's see. Maybe we could have the pentagraph up here. I think there's another pentagraph in this train. If that's raised, then yeah, we've done that so far successfully. Yeah, we've done that successfully. So yeah, that's now certainly in. So I'm pretty sure we can turn that on and off up to us. So now we can open the doors. Right, release. Go get this to 5 PS or whatever. Then apply. There we go. Release. Apply. Good. Brake overcharge. Good. Brake hold. Good. Brake neutral. Good. Happy with that. Pretty sure. Is that done? So, if I've done this correctly, which I hope I have, should be ready to go. Straight away, let's see. Oh yeah. Driver mode. So that's power handle, driver mode. So about 320. Speed selection. We'll just do manual. Is there anything we're missing? I feel like there's something we're missing right now. In order to get this train to work. I think it was... what are we missing? Something's not right. Maybe it's this. Something... We're not done something right. I know that. Tail lights on. Possibly. It's just about messing right now, I suppose, with everything. Open passenger doors, pentagraph, local, normal, we'll just say normal. Are we in the right power? I have no idea. Are we? Right. In theory, pentagraph is up, so... Right, let's try and... Let's just wait till it reaches everything. Alright. Just wait till this also reaches that 0 point, and then wait till this. Ah. So if we did have it in the right mode, that needs to be in release. This can also. I'm not really sure what we're missing. What are we missing? It's annoying this now, because yeah. Speed selection, no. Is there anything I'm missing over here? Anything I'm missing over here? Battery normal. Normal. I really don't know. I'm gonna have to look on probably YouTube for a quick video. If there is something I'm missing, clearly. Because I need to know how to set this baby up.
Welcome to driver training here at Marseille. Today you'll be learning to drive this SNCF.
So let's shut everything down. Okay, so we're gonna.
This brief introduction will cover critical driving controls and passenger operations. So climb aboard.
That's good.
Get started.
I'm gonna basically shut everything down, to say the least. Because then that way, we're effectively following this, yeah.
You will need to press the service retention cancel button to take control of this service.
So.
In normal operation, this unit draws electricity from the overhead catenary via a pantograph. However, since the pantograph is currently in the down position, you have to power the initial systems by priming the auxiliary battery.
So. Auxiliary battery.
To activate the control desk, set the master switch to active.
So, auxiliary battery. Master switch to active.
Activate the pantograph using the normal and DC positions on different rotary switches so that it raises up and makes contact with the overhead catenary.
So, what did...
DC setting should be used in the area of Marseille. Systems by priming the
So I just need to watch this again, quickly. Just wanted to make sure. So, I've obviously turned on the battery, which is good. So, we should have some sort of power now feeding the engine, which is the positive. Want to see what I need to put the vehicle in, because yeah. So
now activate the pantograph using the normal and DC positions on different rotary switches so that
Pantograph mode.
overhead catenary.
So DC.
The DC setting should be used in the area of Marseille.
So
LGV setting should be used
good,
outside
good,
of
good.
Marseille.
So
And the AC setting is used in other AC overhead line areas.
think
The circuit breaker will need to be set to allow power to reach the entire train.
we are looking, or starting to
Now that
look,
the circuit
a bit
breaker has
good.
been set, it will need to be armed. Use the indicator control to rearm it. Lighting is automatically set when enabling the master switch, but make sure you use the low beam lights when passing other trains so as not to blind oncoming drivers.
We should be somewhat good, or I hope we are. Why are we still not moving? It's incredibly frustrating, this. Obviously, I know this train isn't built for this track, technically, but it should work. 'Cause we're right now not in, you know... Right, I'm gonna just restart. I think this could be just the simplest thing we could do. Okay? 'Cause then at least then, whatever happens, it's all like setting it up from how the cab should have been when we took over. So, thing I'm watching right now is obviously the tutorial, and by the looks of it, it starts with the overheads anyway. So, wherever that is, clearly, yeah, we need to do the same thing as that video showing us there. Reason why I've restarted, because I just feel like we've lost ourselves a little bit, and I feel like if we restart, then at least, yeah, we got a chance, obviously, of doing things. So, to make sure the power is on, so that should be on. Now, hold this. I'm not really sure how
Press
long.
retention cancel button to take control of this service. In normal operation, this unit draws electricity from the overhead catenary via a pantograph.
So,
However, since the pantograph is currently in the down position, you have to power the initial systems by priming the auxiliary battery.
that's that done. So, they've powered the battery, which is good as well. Just watching it step by step. This, obviously. So I believe the next thing we need to do is get this into the DC.
Set the master switch to active.
That should see the pantograph raise, which it does. Good.
Activate the pantograph using the normal and DC positions on different rotary switches so that it raises up and makes contact with the overhead catenary.
Now,
The DC setting should be used in the area of Marseille. The LGV setting should be used outside of Marseille. And the AC setting is used in other AC overhead line areas.
I do wonder whether maybe...
It will need to be set to allow
Is this...
to reach the entire train.
I don't think this is AC.
Now that the circuit breaker has been set, it will need to be armed. Use the indicator control to rearm it.
Right, okay. Now we're... Right, we've rearmed it.
Lighting is automatically set
Okay,
to the
okay.
master switch, but make sure you use the low beam lights when passing other trains so as not to blind oncoming drivers.
Low beam lights.
Take a quick glance at the platform to ensure all is safe before unlocking the doors. Next, you need to do the brake test. This ensures that all the brakes are working correctly before you set off. This does mean that during these tests you will not see the locomotive brake cylinder gauge move at all. And now press the emergency brake button. You'll see the brake pipe rapidly drop to 0 bar, verifying that this is working correctly. Use the brake neutral switch to disable the brake lever, which will display the blue light indicating that the release portion of your brake lever is now disabled. You can now re-engage the brake control by using the brake neutral switch and confirm that the blue light now goes out. Now that you've tested the emergency brake, you'll test normal brake operations. Then hold the train brake in the release position to raise the brake pipe to 5 bar. Hold the train brake control in apply until the brake pipe reads around 4 bar. And that's the brake system fully tested. The reverser is used to set the direction of travel. There are 3 driving modes on the TTV. Coupling and uncoupling. The speed is limited in this mode and is intended for coupling maneuvers.
There we go.
Control. This is
Oh yes, nice. And there we go. We can now,
and selected speed. This
hopefully,
is the speed selector control. It's used by the driver on high speed lines to set the maximum cruise speed. To get started now, select the manual control mode as you are on the classic lines.
and there we go. There we go. So we've now got the power. Sorry about the delay there. We eventually got it all working, nice and jiffy. And there we go. So right, this train, so long we're in the right power mode, should do 300 kilometers. I'm expecting. Yeah. Not sure if it will do 300. We will see, but it can do 300. In terms of speed right now, we're already at 47. So to surpass the train we were using originally, that's the class 3 7 or whatever, we only need it to get to 150, by the way. So as soon as we get to 150, we already surpass basically what the other train can do as soon as we get to 150 basically. So yeah, here we go then. And yeah, you can just see this train is a lot more can't actually see anything. There we go. So I want to see if so we're already at 170. We're already at 180. So, right, here we go then. Let's really go. And the thing is, the headlights are so much brighter in the TGV compared to, yeah. There you go. So much more brighter, I must say, the lights. And we're already up to 210. Simply beautiful. Obviously. As we rocket through here. Whoa. Going that fast. Game is struggling to contain itself, I suppose. But yeah, we're already past, by the way, what we even achieved, now quite comfortably actually past what we achieved in the class 3759, and you just see how fast this train is. Boy, it's a rocket ship on this game. You could say 175 miles per hour, that's very decent indeed. It's crazy, to be truthful. We're reaching these speeds. Yeah, absolutely mental. And I'll tell you what, it's going to take a long time to slow down. In fact, probably won't. We'll probably derail. But yeah, very fast train indeed. Wow, this is kind of mental, but it has such a more mechanical noise to it as well. You feel like this is a train, you know, if that makes sense. Like, we're at our max speed now. In theory, I'll turn on the cab light or whatever. But well, there you go. But I think slowing her down could be good, so the game doesn't break. But right now, we're going that fast though. Having to effectively yeah, slow the train down. So we're basically approaching Ebbsfleet, less than 5 miles or whatever. basically. But yeah, there we go. That is basically the TGV in full pelt. Kind of amazing, really. 200 miles per hour. Like, yeah, it really is very fast. You can just though tell this train is built for this sort of stuff though, speed. Yeah, but listen to that noise. Oh, beautiful. Absolute beauty. Like, again, obviously it's sluggish if you go into the AC mode. That's this part of the rail, or whatever. If you're in that non-pantograph part, but that you can say for any train. You can say the same for every single train. Is there a train out there that isn't slower? You know. Obviously, that's what pantographs are designed. And even in this mode, even though it's 114, feels so quick. Feels like the train is a train, and yeah, like in terms of kilometers, 194, and we're rising. We're not even touching the accelerator. Well, we are on a downhill, makes sense of that, but that isn't the point, you know. Yeah, TGV, fantastic, must say, and we just got an achievement there. Like, we're already at, we're not even accelerating, and we're at 200 kilometers. I'm not saying the other train wouldn't have done this, but I'm just saying it doesn't do it as convincingly. And if we put on that power, oh, view. Alright, let's slow her down. We need to really get this train slowed. And it does slow quite well, actually. As well, it's not a train that doesn't slow either. It does slow rather decently. So that'll be it then, guys. Thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys, have a great day. See you next time.